front of me right now. So, how are you, beautiful? I'm perfect. Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Okay, loyal empire. I like Atlanta. Yeah, I wonder if you sent my orders. All orders are sent. So, yes, all orders are sent. So, check your email for your tracking. I'm up to date on all of my orders. So, that's how I know because all orders are sent. Now, I don't remember exactly what you ordered, but I know all orders are sent because I sent them all before I sat down here. Yeah, I've been to Atlanta. I like Atlanta the most in Atlanta because you could get to go shopping. And like actually, last time I went out there, I went to Atlanta for a event, like a party type event. It was really really cool. But the thing about Atlanta, to me, in my opinion, though, Atlanta is like a second home of New Orleans at this point. Because like after Katrina, it seemed like New Orleans people either went to Texas or they went to Atlanta. So it's almost like Louisiana, well, New Orleans, Louisiana, Texas, and Atlanta is kind of like the same people now, in my opinion. Yeah. Creator. Okay, you got it. Yeah. Perfect. Hey, Bakiba. So today, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. That's why I say that. So today I want to talk about self-confidence. And it's really important that we talk about self-confidence on a wellness journey. For those of you that are new here, I help people on their wellness journey in the areas of mind, body, and soul. I'm a blood type connection catalyst. And what that means is I offer personal guidance, spiritual inspiration, meal plans for blood type, weight loss cheat codes, herbal remedies. And it's based upon blood type, not just with health though. It don't stop there. It goes on to like mental states of being, mindfulness, connection by blood type, relationships, financial success and gain. Because the blood type connection is pretty much linked to like the spiritual essence of us all. Everything is about the blood. This is the spiritual principalities that we really be fighting against in the physical reality. And we'll say that things like we're not equally yoked per se. It's always been a blood type connection. Back in the biblical times, it was about the blood of the Lamb, the blood of Jesus, the blood of sacrificial offerings, like right. And it's still no different. Not marrying into certain blood types, it's still no different. But here's the thing about the personal growth of one particular person, no matter what blood type you are. You have to get to a place in your journey. We have to get to a place in our journey collectively where our self-confidence is up to par to get the desires of our heart. Self-confidence weighs so much. And even when you're at low frequency though, even when you don't know yourself, it's the self-confidence that is the thing that pulls you out of your rut. It's the desire to have self-confidence when you're at low frequency. Because when you're at low frequency, you really don't have it. You probably giving of your essence, like trying to please other people, trying to be nice. You know, those are the type of people that be like, but nice matters. No, it don't. No, it don't. You put a person that's nice next to a person that feels worthy, and the person that feels worthy is going to pretty much thrive in every area of life. My brother's from the third world. Oh, okay. That's what's up. Yeah. That's not too far from where I come up. Hey, Rita. So today's topic is self-confidence. Do you have it yet? Do you have it? Anybody out there feel like they self-confident already? Anybody? What makes you feel self-confident? Anybody? Or if everybody in the comments, nobody don't have self-confidence. I'll take it as if nobody don't have self-confidence, if nobody don't know nothing about it or don't reply. Nobody? Juan says she does. Self-confident. So when we talk about self-confidence, what are we talking about? Your eyebrows, your makeup. Bakiba says absolutely. I know that's right, Bakiba. Yes. We talk about your makeup, how your makeup look. We talk about your hair. What are we talking about though? What are we talking about? Your dress, how my hair wrap on today. How the back look in this video, is that the part of the self-confidence? Hey Greg, how you doing today? Well-being, your beingness, your spirit. That's some good answers I see. Your inner being, your spirit, your essence, your aura, how you view yourself. the thoughts that you tell yourself, your will, your determination, the thing that's making you while in the storm. Oftentimes we go through things and it pretty much brings out who we really are. And so you need self-confidence while in your rut, is my point here. While overweight, while broke, you need to start establishing self-confidence then, because it's going to be your superpower. Your self-confidence is going to get you, propel you to your future. Your self-confidence it's about self. You see the key word self. You're confident within yourself. You believe within yourself. You have this knowingness within yourself. And what is a belief or a knowing? It's a thought that you told yourself over and over until it became a law for you. I'm building mine. Yeah. See, a lot of people that are having issues in their relationships, issues with money, issues with health. These are like the three main issues that I consult people about. And it all ties down to one thing: your self-confidence, the way your mind is working. Do you have a growth mindset, or is your mind fixed? Your mind so fixed on your doubt and your worry that you can't thrive in these three areas of your life. Life is molding us into the person that we always want to be. And we're only learning and winning. Some people think that L is for losing, but we do not lose. We cannot lose. We can't get this here thing called life wrong. So that means we're not losing. We're learning. Are you learning the lesson and calling it maybe me maturing in my self-confidence? Are we saying, man, I failed? If self-confidence is, if I have to read all of the books about health and wellness, so shall it be, because I'm going to do that for myself. Self-confidence is I believe in myself. Self-confidence is I'm going to get out of this here rut. And nobody can build your self-confidence for you. People could tell you you need self-confidence, but it takes you to do it. Keyword self. It takes you to get sick and tired of being sick and tired of one of them three areas of life: finance, health, relationships. You got to get sick and tired of being there. And this is why I tell you all, I'm really personalized. I'm here only for a group of people. I'm here only for like spiritual seekers, people that's already on a journey of health and wellness, people that want some kind of mental health, the inspiration, wellness professionals. I'm only here for a good group of people that I can identify, because everybody else don't want it. They ain't ready. They have people that have such low self-confidence that they would hear me inspiring them and they will not believe a word that I say. They will keep on scrolling because they know they ain't ready. It don't hurt bad enough. And I tell you, people, keep going, please. Show thyself approved. You darn right about that. Great message. Yes, mental health is so important. So self-confidence, if you're in a journey where you are not feeling too well as it pertains to health, I want to talk to those that are maybe have a dis-ease and disharmony, because I talk about health and wellness all the time. That's a mindful game too now. Self-confidence says, I'm going to listen to what this lady is saying about blood type connection as it pertains to eating right from my blood type. If I got to read more books, if I got to do more research, I'm going to do it because I understand this is part of my self-confidence. I got here because of self-confidence. Most often than not, people that sit there and overeat, there's a reason behind that. And just because that food was delicious, no. They have emotional trauma, emotional issues, something that they're trying to cover up, and they'll use food to cover it up. Yeah, I know that's right. Confidence is so attractive, but the lack thereof is not attractive at all. It only gets you the things that you don't want, not the things that you want. It don't allow people to come to you. If anything, if they come to you with a lack of self-confidence, they come to you to take from you, because you're already vibrating on that frequency. That I don't have no confidence within myself, that I'm not building myself up. I'm pretty much tearing myself down. So if you see some little particles that you want, kind of like a junkyard, if you see something that you want that'll be of use, that I still have at my lower self, I know this is my so-called junkyard season, but you can take it from me because I don't have no self-confidence. I don't even value myself pretty much when they're at low frequency. But when you begin to start building it, you'll begin to say, whatever it takes, I'm gonna get myself up out of this rut. If I gotta make a sacrifice, I understand. I gotta sacrifice something. How many of y'all know when you at low frequency in your life, when you're at survival mode, you think you don't have nothing there, but in order for you to get to a higher place, you gotta make a sacrifice back to the blood again, a sacrificial offering. Anytime you want to shift and get to another level in life, understand this here process now. You gotta make a sacrifice. What are you willing to let go? What are you willing to lay down and let die? And oftentimes, if you're in the health journey, that's going to have to be your old diet. That's going to probably also be your old clothes. You're going to have to give them away. That's going to also be some the ways that you've been thinking as it pertains to your relationship with food. But you're going to have to lay something down. But it takes self-confidence to do that, because that means you gotta separate yourself from something in order to reach for another thing. So you gotta be confident that you're gonna get this here thing here, because you gotta lay this here thing down. Yeah. Anybody ever got to a moment in a certain area of your life as it pertains to relationships, as it pertains to money, as it pertains to health? Have you ever said whatever it takes? That's the people I'm here for. That's the people that's ready to increase with self-confidence. The ones that say, whatever it takes, I'll do it because I'm tired of being here. Remember in the biblical text, I think it was Jacob that was wrestling with God in the parable. We say, I will not let go until you bless me. Anybody in that place in their journey? Well, whatever it takes and whatever I have to do, I'm willing to make that sacrifice because I know that there's another life that I've never even stumbled upon. There's another state of being that I want to be in that I have yet to explore, because you come here to get to know yourself, different aspects of yourself. And in getting to know yourself, you know that all things are created. All realms are here. In the beginning, with the expression of life, of this recreation of this world, energy was created. That means everything exists. You just not on maybe that quantum field just yet. You just never set your mind over there to quantum jump over there. But that over there could be your health. It could be your prosperity. It could be your relationship. But that over there existence already is. You just not there because your mind ain't prepared for you. The teacher shows up when the student is ready. So the student, we as a student, we have to be ready. We have to be ready to open up our mind to the idea of self-confidence. Instead of the victim, instead of the pity party. I know it could be rough in survival mode. It could be rough on low frequency. You feel like you ain't got nothing to give up or sacrifice, but it's aching to surrendering. It's aching to releasing all resistance in your life. You know your life as is ain't working out like you want it to be. So sacrifice. Surrender. Surrender to thinking that way. Surrender to eating that way. Surrender to behaving that way, and just pick up another thought. Because you're so confident that if you renew your mind and if you pick up a new thought, that you get to where it is that you're going. Self-confidence gonna get you there. Feeling good about yourself and your inner being along your journey right now. Yesterday, somebody was on a live and they was just talking about some ailments that they was having. Self-confidence, while on this health journey, gets you to the healthier level while you're on the journey. And so that means it's okay to enjoy the journey as it unfolds, because like I say, you're never going to lose. You're learning along the way. So wellness have to come. But it takes people with self-confidence to understand this and get this here part. Wellness gotta come. when you begin to manipulate the energy of this matrix, when you begin to dare to do or be something different, when you begin to be easy on yourself, this is all releasing resistance. When you begin to try something new, when you begin to study, and like someone said, study to show thyself approved, change gotta come. It's inevitable for change to come, but you have to be that vessel that understand it takes self-confidence to get you there. You can't constantly beat up on yourself the whole way, because if you constantly beat up on yourself, that means you ain't making no sacrifice. Sacrifice is what comes in the middle. You have to make the sacrifice. And this, if we think about the parable of the biblical text, we look at that as the allegorical story. It's almost like the Christ conscious one in that parable was teaching about the sacrificial offering of yourself, of something within yourself that you got to give up and let die. But don't worry about giving it up, because you'll be resurrected in a new life after you give up that old thing. But here's the thing. A lot of people don't like change. And low frequency, you don't like change. You don't want to surrender. You're so comfortable. So it gotta hurt bad enough for you to want to have a sacrifice to get to another level in your life. It gotta hurt. And that's why I often come on here and say, yo, you ain't ready. It don't hurt bad enough. Or you ain't the one that I'm here for, because it don't hurt bad enough. The people that I'm here for saying, what she said? Cause I got such and such, and what I gotta do? I gotta find out my blood type. I gotta eat right for my blood type. Oh, okay. And then I gotta practice mindfulness too, and I gotta get rid of them chaotic thoughts. Oh, okay. I'm listening. I'm paying attention. She did it, so I can. So with that statement, with that thought, with that idea, they're being easy on themselves. They're working on their self-confidence. They're working on their mind. They thought, oh, if she could do it right there. Oh, she had something like I had. I had the thyroid issue. Oh, she used to wear glasses. I'm in bifocal. Oh, and I know my stomach upset. Oh, she used to have fluid-filled bumps on her face. Oh, look. Oh, I think I could clear mine too then. But your self-confidence depends upon it, because they have some people that hear those kind of things. Oh, she was anemic, but no, but she looked like she had it easier than me. And then they'll tear themselves down. They don't have the self-confidence just to get them to another little bitsy level. No, she looked like she had it easier than me. No, she looked like but she wasn't molested. No, she wasn't in the drive-by that I was in. They use all kind of reasons or excuse to stay on that plane, because they dare not to work on the self-confidence. They dare not to sacrifice anything. They dare not to think any new thought. No, because they're in the box of their own thought. They cannot or dare not to rise above their circumstances. And I'm not here for them. I'm here for the ones that's ready to rise. My people die for the lack of knowledge. Comfortable. Very comfortable. Hey, Mark. Hey, Candy. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you here. But it's about those people that's ready to rise to another out of their circumstances into another field, because it's here. It's created already. And so people will say, oh no, because if God had wanted, religion will mess you up with these crazy things that sometimes people will say, well, if it be God will, if God don't do nothing else for me, no, I'm a little G kind of God, and I just gave it to Jesus. I put it in my Bible and I gave it to Jesus. Surely Jesus just gonna fix it. But you really have to be wise when you say stuff like that. Because as it pertains to your religion, I don't care about your Jesus or whatever you subscribe to. I don't care about that. But the point here is you believe in what you want to believe, just as long as you believe. The point here with that is giving it to Jesus or Christ is akin to you releasing resistance. That's a beautiful thing. However, if you ain't making no sacrificial offering, if you ain't willing to sacrifice or lay something down, your giving to Jesus or whoever you call on is null and void, because faith without works is dead. So it's a beautiful thing to say, but if you're not abiding by the totality of the law, you are doing nothing when you say, I'm giving it to Jesus. No, you're not. And that becomes the stumbling block in religion. They teach you how to release resistance. But there's two components to getting the things that you want in this here realm. There's laws. Outside of religion, I know you into some of y'all are into religion, and it's a beautiful thing. Stay in your religion. I ain't gonna knock on your door on Saturday. I promise you to tell you to come home and come to the spiritual realm. Stay where you are. But I gotta tell you this: while you're in religion, while you have that mindset, there's two laws. Now, you don't have to believe in laws at all if you don't want to, but there's a law right now, gravity, that have you sitting down or standing up and you're not going to fly away. So there are laws, whether you believe in them or not. They don't need you to believe in them. It ain't like a religion. They're just laws that's govern this land. Obey the laws of the land. The fear of the law is the beginning of all wisdom. So here we go. The two that really active components in your life or in everybody's life is the law of attraction and the law of action. So you're attracting with your thoughts, right? You attracted with your thought. Yeah. So this is why I teach people about the mindfulness side of health and wellness. But I'm not crazy as it pertains to the law. I can't just teach them people. I just can't just have a God is just be healthy page without having a God is just be page. God is just be page is all about the mindfulness. Yeah. Because that's about the law of attraction right there. But God is just be healthy page. It's like, hey, you got to do something here. This is the law of action. You got to go to that grocery store and buy the things that are highly beneficial for your blood type. Because I understand there are two components to getting you to where you want to be. And so you could look at the God is just be healthy pages. Oh, I got to make a sacrifice. Yeah, sure do. You got to sacrifice that pork chop. You probably got to sacrifice that chicken. You got to sacrifice, maybe if you're a blood type O, you got to sacrifice that coffee. If you're a blood type B, you got to sacrifice them tomatoes. If you're a blood type A and a blood type AB, you got to sacrifice almost all meats. If you're an A, and every meat but turkey if you're an AB. It's about being able to make that sacrifice. So the question be, how bad do you want it? And is your self-confidence up to par that you can have or be or embark on the life that you truly desire after you make the sacrifice? Do you believe in yourself in that next round? Appreciate how you put yourself out there. Yeah. Do you believe in yourself in the next round or are you still unhealthy? In the next round, or you still not having a relationship? Or the next round, you still don't have no money? So you doubting yourself in this round. That's why you don't want to make a sacrifice to get to the next round, because it goes back to your self-confidence. It's key in this journey. It's key. Hey, big dog freedom. It's key in this journey. So you gotta feel good about yourself. You gotta tell yourself, like, today I feel good. I feel better than I did on yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna be easy on myself. I'm gonna get this. I can't get life wrong. Things are always working out for me. This is a part of the self-confidence that you probably don't see with me. You know, when I let me share something about me. I talked really briefly yesterday about when I used to have thyroid issues. When I suffer with thyroid issues, I surrendered. I talked about that yesterday, about surrendering. You know, when I thought that it was so much of mental fatigue that I thought I was just going to die, I was just surrendering. I just didn't care. I was like, look, I'm about to go to the upper room, and okay, to live is to die. Okay, because I was tired of feeling like I was just a little lab rat in a doctor's office. You know, because with thyroid issues, you go to the doctor. Anybody with thyroid issues, you go to the doctor, and then the blood work from the doctor is saying everything okay. That'll mess with your head, like, right? Anybody know somebody with thyroid issues with that mental fatigue and brain fog and weakness and irritability and just wishing somebody would probably? Oh, I'm the only one. Okay, I'll be the only one. Well, anyway, at that moment in my journey, I was dog tired and I just surrendered. I didn't look. It was just, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna die, okay, I'm gonna just die a little peaceful little death up in here. Because I ain't doing all of that other stuff. Yeah, I ain't taking no more pills. I tried that, that word. I just felt like a little lab rat. And I told my doctor last time I went to her, I'm not going to be your lab rat lady. So that was aching to me, releasing resistance. But shortly after that, what happened was days will pass when I would wake up. I'm like, I'm still alive. I thought for sure I was going to not be alive tomorrow because yesterday I was like on zero. Well, I'm going to try something different. There go that self-confidence. There it went. And I didn't, at that time, I ain't know nothing about no self-confidence. I was like, look, I guess I got 24 more hours to live, so I guess I'll eat something green and nasty. That's how I started off my journey, just eating everything that was green and nasty. Anybody ever been here before? Hey, Sandra. Anybody ever been here before where they were just eating nasty stuff because they just felt like they had magnesium in there, and they felt that they had chlorophyll in there, and they had some other minerals that they didn't know, maybe a little iron or zinc, and you didn't even know what these things did at that point in your journey, but you just did them because you just wanted to live or just have some kind of inner strength. You knew you hadn't been on no health kick before. Well, that was me. And so at this pivotal moment in my life, not unbeknownst to me, I'm building self-confidence. Green and nasty. Yeah, green and nasty. Acid. That's what I was looking to do every day. I just woke up and ate something green and nasty. I'm just being honest. It take work to become a holistic healer. In the beginning, it was just sign me up for the green and nasty. And I just took it. That's why with my sustained detox, the bitter herbs, I could actually consume it in my mouth, and they're bitter. The bitter herbs, they help with the liver and the kidneys. The bitter, the better as it pertains to detoxifying and removing parasites out of the body. But I'm at a point in my life, because at the beginning of my journey, I had so much of green and nasty till it's like, yeah, it's better, it's nasty. But I couldn't swallow it. Just give me a little bit of water. I got all kind of tricks and all, right? I'm working on my self-confidence here at that moment in my life. Put it in a little tiny piece of bread. Just a little piece of bread is better than nasty. I don't need no gel capsule. Put it in that bread, because by any means necessary, since I'm working on my self-concept, my self-confidence, I'm gonna be all right one day. Once this break up in here and I get this magnesium that I need or whatever mineral that I'm missing that got me weak, I'm gonna be all right. This is the beginning stage of self-confidence, just in case you don't know it. And so every day it was green and nasty, green and nasty, green and nasty. And every day I was getting more energy. I was working on my self-concept and my self-confidence. And so I got to a point where I had energy, and I'm like, okay, I ain't sleeping all day no more. I'm about to go outside. I'm about to do something that feels good to me. I'm about to work out. I'm about to put on clothes today. Oh, I might put a little lip gloss on today. I'm feeling nice and fancy. Because you work on the inner person and the inner relationship which you have with this person. Because this person who you're working on, when you get to that part in the journey of health and wellness, it's about that character of this person who you're working on that you admire ever so well. It's about being proud of the making of this here person, the sacrifices of that this here person went through. Some people just want to get there. What I gotta do? Just tell me what I gotta do. No. I want you to understand this is the making of the God. And this is why some people that have money, that have relationships, or maybe that have the desires of their heart as it pertains to the health, relationships, and money. Some people that ain't never been through things in life that allow them to build character, they're different people. They're not as inviting as a person that understand that they went through some things. They didn't build up that character as a person that been through the mud. the trenches. There was the crab in the barrel that almost lost their life. I'm at a point in my life when I be listening to inspirational speakers that if you don't tell me, or I want to hear a story. I want to hear that. How did you get over a story? If you don't have a story behind you and you just jibber jabber, don't you talk to me. Because I understand within that story, oh my God, they got some character in there. They got some self-confidence in there. They got some will and they got some determination. They got some passion in there. Let me see that. Let me see what life made of you when you went through that fire. So this is why the mindfulness side comes into play when I talk to you all about health and wellness. I know some of y'all that's sick, y'all don't be wanting to hear this. I'll get to the point, what I need for blood type B. But understand your mind is more powerful than any herb that I could recommend to you. Understand that the coding in the matrix is designed for you to trump the coding with your mindfulness. It's designed for you to cheat. Because you came for it to show you how powerful you are. And so you cheat with building up this thing called self-confidence. You cheat with your I amness to understand that I am worthy. I believe in myself. I know that I can make it. Because I'm going to surrender and do this sacrificial offering just to get to the other side of the desires of my heart. And I'm going to start sacrificing today. Because anybody that ever made it to be somebody, every story of everybody that I heard that had to go through something, all of them people that I listened to that inspired me, they had to go through something. They had to make a sacrificial offering. When you begin to listen to people of wherever it is that you're trying to go, listen to their story of what they laid down. Because it really is going to tell you something similar about what's going to have to happen in your journey, that you're going to have to lay something down. If you don't even want to listen to inspirational stories and you know of the story of the Christ conscious one in the allegory book, you understand that it had to lay something down. What makes you think you ain't going to have to lay something down? It's about the journey. It's about laying something down. This ain't get up the next day and no. When I became conscious, I thought, oh, yeah, I woke up conscious. Okay, so what? When all of the blessings gonna come? Well, what's gonna happen? What the universe is gonna, the mothership, somebody in the mothership just gonna, and Holy Spirit, activate. Is it gonna go like that? Some people believe that that's how it goes, but no, that's just the beginning of getting to the new level. You got lessons to learn. You got work to do. You got a sacrifice to make, because we got to know, how bad do you want it? Or you just want it just a little bit? Next. This is, if you think about the collective consciousness of the universe and the people that achieve success, how they see success, it's almost like life is asking or looking upon us individually saying, how bad do you want it? And so it don't come like financial gain don't come and sit down with certain people because they're not standing up saying that they're surrendering and saying that they're willing to make the sacrifice or admitting that they really want it. It's the same thing with health and wellness. How bad do you want it? It's the same thing with a relationship. How bad do you want it? Okay. With a relationship, let's go to that one. With a relationship outside of yourself, here's the thing, what you got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice all of those relationships out there. Yeah. Oh, you want a relationship? Wait, that don't make sense. I got to sacrifice those relationships out there. Why would I give up those relationships out there if I want a relationship? They don't make no sense. What are you saying? Yeah. You got to let go of the idea of the relationships out there and work on the relationship in here. Sacrifice. Because you once you get on this journey, you realize that life is happening through you, and the relationships out there is just a reflection of what's going on with the relationship in here. Sacrifice. Yeah, now let's think about the stories of the people, the ill as though they met their twin. Here's the thing. First of all, this is the first twin. But let's talk about the outside twin, the reflection, they happily ever after as they see it. They'll often sort off as saying something like, well, I didn't want to go to the party. And oh, I was over and done with relationships. Oh, I was just in my mindfulness and I was just focused on my business. You see them stories that I'm telling you? All of them stories say that they had made a sacrifice. They laid it down, the idea. They wasn't so into the outcome no more of the idea of being the husband or being the wife, because they had to lay it down. They made a sacrifice. And when they made the sacrifice, that was akin to releasing resistance. And at the same time, simultaneously, what they were doing with their inner being, they were working on their self-confidence. Because if I be lifted up, I have the power to draw all things to me. Sacrifice. That's the way you get that old sacrifice. You got to ask yourself, as it pertains to health, wealth, relationships, what am I willing to sacrifice? And not only that, how much am I willing to learn about this thing? So let me share something else with you all. So lately I've been launching, and you know why I'm sharing this? I'm an introvert and I'm not braggadocious, and I don't really let people in my little business and stuff like that, because that's what introverts do. I'm a healed introvert though. I do it because I understand this law of attraction or whatever, and this resistance and flow thing, like, right? But I'm going to share this anyway because I understand and I'm confident within my place where I am in life that nothing outside of me can penetrate. So lately, I've been working on my blood type connection course, a program that I'm launching, a program that I'm doing ads for, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, just to kind of gear to the audience of the people that I really want to be part of my tribe, and I really know they could benefit from the work and the mindfulness and the connection that I have with my inner being. And trust and believe. It is not a power thing as it pertains to me not getting the assistance that I need. It's about me listening, because I listen to mindfulness motivational speakers and people that can pour into me, because in my journey, I need that. I need that. I need to keep my mind stimulated because I do consultations. I'm a mentor and I pick up on other people's energies, and I'm picking up on other people's issues and helping them, right? So with all of that being said, for the last couple of weeks, I have been listening to mindfulness audios rather, and I've been studying my craft, being a speaker, even the more. I've been studying how to even spin ads and how to target the people that you're seeking, like, right? This is something that I really, if you would ask me years ago, I really would be like, oh, I'm gonna just get somebody to do that, like, right? But because of my confidence in myself, because I want to know everything about my craft, because I'm striving on my journey for greatness, like, I'm not gonna always be sitting here, because I know my ending, my latter days and what it's gonna look like. I want to be able to perfect this thing. I want to know everything that I need to know. And this is the same type of energy that I exuded when it was time for me to become this holistic healer for myself. And so I say to you, this is part of self-confidence. When you want to study, when if it takes you to be up all night, wait, I gotta know this, I gotta learn this, I gotta perfect this, I gotta know how to use my words impeccably. I gotta know, because my tribe is like, not only am I inspiring them, but they're also my customer. And I also want to make sure that they understand and they could feel my story and feel and see themselves inside of me. So I gotta study this thing. I want to know more about this thing. I don't want to just show up and just run at my mouth. I want to show up with a message that'll reach them in their heart chakra. I want them to see themselves in me as their reflection. I want to be able to give them value for free as their reflection. And so I'm doing these things. Weeks and weeks have been passing that I've been doing these things, and I'm learning. For those of you that signed up to my newsletter, I'm sitting up there creating the newsletters, creating the words, the question and attitude. putting myself in other people's situation. All of this, I'm doing all of this, and I'm telling you all of this because this has everything to do with my self-confidence as to where I'm going. I don't come on here and tell you something that you need to do that I'm not doing, is what I'm saying. So I shared here with you the self-confidence that I built when I was sick at my lowest self, that I had to focus on the things that were important to me, and that I had to encourage myself even when I felt as though that I was dying and breathing my last breath. Here I am again. That same self-confidence that I brought up from the nothingness state of being, and I brought up a little bit here. Now I'm at this here level of my self-confidence. It's the same self-confidence that I'm working from to build up a little bit higher and higher and higher. And notice in my journey that I am growing too, along with my self-confidence, along with my sacrifice. So right now, back then I made a sacrificial offering as if pertained to the things that I was eating. That I don't eat those things no more. So now I'm making a sacrifice as it pertains to my time. I am putting my time into the things that's going to make me or edify my church so that I can learn and grow. You never stop learning. Never will you ever stop being a student, is my point to you. I don't care how woke you think you are. There's still more to learn because even as one of our reflections die out, their life experience is given back to God, source, or whatever you call it, the grand big bang, whatever you call it. All of our experiences goes to it. And it's a big form of energy that gets greater and greater and greater. And so when I say that it gets greater, people die out, but they're recycled back into this. So what I'm saying is we get expansion and expansion and expansion. So you're never going to get it because there's no it to get. You're going to always be a student because the source, is constantly expanding. Are y'all getting this here? So even at your lower self, with the micro dose of your self-confidence that you have now, you still need to grow it. And even if you think you are all the way self-confident at its max, no, you will never be at its max. Because guess what? Some people died. New experiences went into the source, and the source became greater. So that means you got a little bit more confidence to work on. Because here's the thing. We came forth to show ourselves that we are master manifestors. We show ourselves how we can manipulate energy. So if there's more energy in the source that's expanding, there's more manipulation that we now have to jump up to do. You see? You see how important self-confidence is? Because it's bringing you on a journey of your mind. It's bringing you into your future. It's the becoming state of you becoming what you once were. All-knowing. Infinite intelligence. So there's work to do within every step, every state of being. There's always going to be work to do. And the work is going to always be with your mind first and foremost. There's a little bit of doing as it pertains to action, but you want to do as it pertains to action when it's inspired action. So as it pertains to health and wellness, you want to feel healthy already. But then when you meet or stumble upon somebody like me that's talking about blood type, connection as it pertains to eating right for your blood type, now that might be inspired action because then your mind can wonder, she might be on to something because I never heard that before. And that's when your inspired action causes you to do something that's in alignment with your law of attraction. That's the recipe for success. But it has to do with self-confidence. You have to be confident and knowing. I like that comment, Candy. Candy says, love to learn. Love to learn. You need to fall in love with learning because you will always be learning. That's all we doing in this plane. Learning. And the learning is causing us to win. That's it. Ain't no losing going on here. So that's my spiel for today. I'm gonna open up the doors of the church. Since I just got finished preaching, but I really wanted to share that self-confidence because I consult with people that be at their lowest, y'all. My consultations are confidential, but there are people that are at their lowest. And I want you to know that self-confidence matters. Even at your low, you got to find it from somewhere. And I ain't telling you to go find it out there. I'm telling you to find it in here with your heart and with your mind and speak life into yourself. That was a church song when I used to be in church. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Y'all remember that one? Amazing, yo. Yeah, I love this. Yeah. Y'all remember that? The source is constantly expanding. Yeah, never stop learning. So the doors of the church are open. If anybody want to talk about any other subject, I have at the top of the screen, ask me anything. Ask me anything as it pertains to health and wellness. Ask me anything as it pertains to your conscious journey. I'm here. I'm here for a couple of minutes because I'll tell you all that what the things that I offer personalized guidance in the areas of mind, body, and soul. Product recommendations as it pertains to herbal remedies and potions, even connections with different blood type, weight loss cheat codes, things like that. Dream interpretation. Okay, anybody have any questions before I get up out of here? Y'all connected with the newsletter? Everybody signed up for the newsletter on my website, saltoftheearthpub.org. The newsletter is just giving you free information about blood type connection and why blood type connection is so important as it pertains to your mind, body, and soul, how you connect with relationships, connecting with your food, your blood and the food that you eat create a chemical reaction. That's a connection. Relationships, some blood types you're not connected with. That's why you have your heated and quitters and your one night stand. That's a connection. Financial gain and security as it pertains to career and all. That's a connection because you can't work around everybody to win and be thriving within your business. You have to have the right people, the right teams on your side because of the blood type connection. Yes. Yes. Have a fabulous weekend, sister. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra, for being here. All right. No questions? No questions. Everybody got their meal plan. Everybody healthy, wealthy, and in a perfect relationship, right? That's what it's. I love that. I love that. But most importantly, make sure you're in the perfect relationship with yourself, because that's the most important relationship. You started your detox tea. Oh, I'm so happy for you. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. She started. Make sure you stay hydrated, Cassandra. Make sure you stay hydrated on your detox. You don't want that die-off effect to become too much for you. Who we have up in the room? Good, good, good. Who we have up in the room? Watch this. Watch this. We have any blood type oils up in here? There's some O's in this house. There's some O's in this house. Any blood type O's up in here? Do we? Oh. Do you have soursop? Yeah, soursop is in my I sold the one that I had up here. Soursop is in Be the Tea. Soursop is in the Hawthorne blend too. Yeah, I do have soursop. It's in the powder form in those two blends. Soursop is mega beneficial for all blood types. Soursop take care of that big C word that I can't say on this here this here live. Oh, okay, my little thing on. Big sound effects. Trish from Jersey. Yes, I'm a O. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I know that. Look, Mark. Look, Mark. Mark, Candy, Sandra. Hey, up in here. Oh, they got some eggs up in here. The sources. Yeah, okay. I need to order. Yeah, it's in those days. Okay. Okay. Any more A's up in here? I know they had some O's. I know that the Tangela, yeah, they be ready. Them O's be paying attention. Them O's be paying attention, and I track a lot of them, but they also represent like 44% of the United States population. Is only one A? Only one A? Just acid is the only A? Acid is the only A. That's hard to believe because A's are like 42%. They got some more A's up in here. Y'all just not talking. Y'all the introverts. See how shy they be? You gotta pull them. You gotta pull them. They're very sensitive people. Yeah, you gotta pull them sometimes. Sometimes they just sit there and just look at you. Mm-hmm. Y'all know them like for example when they have like on TikTok they'll be like the audience didn't pay us to vibe check. Well, that's because whoever came around and was dancing, that was probably a blood type O, you know. And then they came around a whole bunch of A's, and so the A's just looked at them. Hey, Marianne. Yeah, JK, I got two. I got 3. Acid. What about ABs? The rarest group. Any ABs? The rarest group of bloodline. Any ABs? ABs don't hardly ever be in the comment. I had one day. I was so excited. ABs. You all know in the physical reality as it pertains to the blood type, the AB represents the Christ conscious bloodline. Y'all know that? They have that energy to draw other people to them. They help and they stay neutral to other people's issues. That's why they're so inviting. They be the ones that if they don't even know themselves, they be the kumbaya energy. The person with the hookup, the drug dealer with the hookup, the hairstylist that know everybody with the hookup. Yeah, your grandson is an AB. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. All right, any bees? Any bees? I'm a bee. Any balancers? Any brilliant minds out there? Whoop whoop whoop. Look, I got to do a little extra for bees because I'm a bee. Any bees? We represent 10%, 10% of the United States population. So there are not many of us in ABs, but we in here though. I'm here. But most often than not, what happens is bees attract O's. That's why I always say there's some O's in the South. There's some O's in the South. Yeah, they are very brilliant, Miss Sandra. Very brilliant, brilliant minds. They represent like an oracle type energy because they always remind people of their spiritual side. Hence, what I do here, always kind of like reminding people of the spiritual essence of balance because bees represent balance. And so it'd be deeply rooted in our spirit, in our soul, in our heart. Because let me tell you, when I was younger, I used to always get prophesied in churches, in revivals and stuff like people that was just passing through. I'll be in the back on purpose so I could stay away because I knew that when they saw me that they was going to prophesy me, telling me that I was going to, travel the world and speak, this and then the third, right? So I would sit in the back of the church. And I'm tell you no lie. My mom or my witness, I'll tell my mom after church, I'm not doing nothing them pastor said. I ain't gonna be in no church. I ain't gonna be no pastor. I ain't doing that. But all of my life, it's like your gift finds you. I'm like, you can't run from it. Me calling myself running from church ran straight into spirituality. As soon as I got out of my mama's house, because my mom was a minister and I was trying to get up out of there because, it was things too strict. I wanted to think for myself. I wanted to kind of like do my thing, right? And I wanted to break from going to church, because we used to have to go to church, Sunday school, Tuesday night, Bible study, and then we had the choir rehearsal and then choir events, and we traveled with the choir, and then we had to go on the church bus, even for the summertime. We had to go to Disney World with the church. It's just like, I don't want to do that anymore. And so I was running away from it. But when I was running away, I was kind of like creating resistance because you can't really running away creates too. So what I was doing was pretty much running straight into what everybody was prophesying to me about, but just in a different way. Running to this here. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And so I would get dreams and visions in the middle of the night. I had sleep paralysis and things like that. And I just knew always who I was. I already saw my life. Even the car that I have today. And this is something tricky about energy. Like you can first see things in your life and people can tell you, the real, because in some of the churches, they do have real prophets, y'all. And so this man prophesied to me the car that I would be in, the people speaking to me, and I was running away from it. I would sit in the back of the church all the time, and they would just yell if they saw just a glimpse of me, like full pack. I'm talking about a big church, full pack church, and they saw a glimpse of me. This one day, I was like 11 or 12 years old. This man, I was in the back of the church, and he was an apostle coming through. And he was like, "Oh my God." When he looked at me, now I'm 11, 12. I'm scared now. I'm scared when this man said this here. "Oh my God, you're a giant, but you're sleeping. Come here." And I was like, and it was like, the people, the usher was like, "It's you. He talking to you. Go up there. Go up there." And I didn't really want to go. So I went up there, a little timid, little me. And he prophesied over my life. A lot of the things that he said already came to pass. And the interesting thing about that is that I, in my journey, forgot all about that prophecy from when I was 12 years old until I got or accomplished those things that that man said. It was like it came to my mind, clear as day, like it just flashed in front of me, almost like to say, "Told you." And I'm like, "Oh my God," because I was not trying to do those things that that man said. This lets you know when you're in alignment, when you're in alignment with who you really are. I'm saying this because of me being a blood type B. It was like I could not run away from me because I was running into me everywhere I go. And so blood type Bs, if you know any of them, they're probably like maybe some of them probably on TikTok and in YouTube, throwing cards and stuff. Some of them, trying to tell you your future and this and that and the third, simply because it is deeply rooted in our blood to be this type of person. Deeply rooted. Now, if you have other bloodlines that's doing this for fun, mm, it's a different energy because with the bees, it's in our blood. You know how they like, you show me your friend, I show you who you are. You know how like when you're in a bad neighborhood, oh, that's the Williams family. It's in the blood. You don't want to mess with them. They'll take your life. Like it's in our blood like that. It's a bloodline of us that are spiritual healers and oracle type energies that exist, but it's only 10% of the United States population. I find that kind of stuff to be so interesting. I really do. Very interesting. Vacation, Bible school, all that, all day, every day. And so, it's like and the thing about us though, we see in other realms, like the life, like, and I call out the O's, for example. O's, the way y'all think, we don't think like y'all at all. Like, right? Y'all have in y'all mind, y'all think about results. If you're in corporate America, you need the charts and the graphs, and you need to see the hierarchy of it all and what's at the end. That's how your mind work, as it pertains to focus on results in achieving in your goals. And you have like this sense to kind of like win or obtain money or success in some area. It don't necessarily have to be money itself, but even if it's just a simple game, you got to win. Like, right? That's how your mind thinks, operates. Like, right? Our mind as a bee, it don't operate nothing like that. Like, we don't. I dress up, but bees aren't the flashy people. This is how you got to identify them. They aren't the flashiest people. They think so different. Like, O's to think about results in winning, but a bee kind of like thinking like, when are we gonna stop paying mortgages? Y'all know we spiritual beings, right? Y'all know we gods, like, right? It just don't register to us about the hierarchy that maybe O's have built. But this is what makes them come to around bees. Like, y'all O's are here, and I get O's all the time. Y'all here simply because y'all can pick up on the fact. I want you to understand your strength. Y'all can pick up on the fact that I don't think like y'all. Y'all can pick up on the fact that I'm different from y'all. You can pick up on this here energetically. And you're picking up on this energetically, and it makes you inquisitive as to what I want to say. And you pick up on the fact that I am in tune spiritually, while you all are mostly the doers. Because you think about it, the Anunnaki gods, they were the doers, the original bloodline that represent, this is like the Anunnaki type god. So there was a doer, maybe the builders of pyramid type doing, maybe the builders of, land or, monuments and things like that. This is like old type energy, doers. But when the B type bloodline or brilliant minds came into play, it was more or less to balance the O's and the A from one another. Just kind of like in the Bible. And then at the end, like, how like in the Bible, in the Old Testament, it's all about God and creation, the O's creating things. And then it's all about order, how they had the little I guess what do they call them? I don't know what they call them in that time, but the hierarchies that was there. Pilate in the biblical text is one of the guys that I'm mentioning. The people that was like saying that we need to crucify the Christ conscious one and stuff. So all of that was already on the plate. So we had O's that built all of the land in the Old Testament. And then it was always about order. Okay, we can mention a Moses per se, the children of Egypt per se, and that represents kind of like a blood type A being present in the physical reality. And then you get to the New Testament, and then there's like balance, because the Christ conscious one is about to come. So that represents B bloodline up in the New Testament, telling you about your spiritual essence. And right there after the New Testament of telling you about your spiritual essence, in the New Testament, also the Christ conscious ones come after John, and so that's the AB bloodline. So the Bible is really teaching about the bloodlines too, and a hierarchy of it all, and how it is perfectly orchestrated for us all to coexist, being one God, one faith, one baptism, because we all represent different bloodlines, but we roll up to that same body of Christ. So all of our energies, whether we're negative or positive, O, A, B, we all represent the body of Christ. I just find that interesting and fascinating at the same time. Break A's down real quick. Break A. It's interesting to me at least, but I'm a B. And it gives others, I guess, that aha moment. A's to break them down in a sense. And this information is available if you want the course on my website. On the top links, it's called the Blood Type Connection. They have one PDF course, and then they have a video course that'll tell you about the connection, your everything you need to know for your bloodline, and it's more expensive than the first one. Anyway, the A's are they're about pretty much order. And so, and I know them intuitively because of me being connected to my inner being and watching and studying them for so long. But the average person can recognize an A by them being kind of like more or less introverted. They're about order. Most often than not, they have standing appointments at the hairdresser. They well kept individuals when you look at them all the time, well kept. Maybe get their nails done all the time. If they're a guy, they probably be that Metro's, kind of neater guy, kind of like everything up to par on the outside. But at the same time, they're kind of like, most often than not, shy, introverted people. And so they'll often have kind of like jobs where it's about order. Like, they're perfect for being farmers. So just think about a farm. You think about a farm and it's land, and I pass that farms all the time, and I'm looking, I'm like, man, it's just so neat. Even a farmer's truck, like this big land. Of course, the plants and stuff gonna be neat because they got the the little trailer thing that's placing them down evenly. But even the way that they park their little tractors, and you would think it'll be a little bit messy. Even the ground around where it ain't no flowers at, it's just neat. It's just impeccable. But the thing about those A's, though, they could be really, really, really hard on themselves, and they could really, really, in the dark moments of their life, kind of like be sad. They kind of beat themselves up because they present order in front of the masses, but yet when they're by themselves, they're kind of disorderly, with their thoughts. So they could be hard on themselves. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to get the full, the best jobs for your blood type, your partner, the best partner for your blood type, that's available on my website. The link is in my bio, and it's really, 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 really powerful information that will really set you up for success in your journey. Yeah, look at that going A right there, on point. Yeah, it is very interesting. Let me see. So that's a link in my bio. And when you go to my bio, you click on the website. I wanted to show you how you get there right quick before I get up out of here. And it teaches you so very much. This is all the knowledge that I've obtained. And so when you want to find like a best job, you'll know that your best partner, even your sex drive. Do you understand that your sex drive is based upon your blood type too? Driving and listening. Okay, thank you, Ms. B. Your sex drive is so it's these two right here. Your sex drive, there's a sex drive that's more at a peak than any other sex, blood type with the highest sex drive that's at a peak than any other blood type too. So the white one is the full course. That's if you are wanting the herbal remedies, the connection for love, the exercises for your blood type, because we have exercises and diets for our blood type too. So that's if you really want to heal totally and know everything about yourself. It also includes everything in this light blue one. But the light blue one is spiritual and mental, mentalness about it. It's about I am my blood type connection. It's success in love, money, career, sex, and family. It says know thyself. So when I click on it, it looks like this here. It looks like this here. This is the one that you can get instantly when you download. And let me share something with you before I go. I want to share some of the things that is in here because it's really cool. It tells you who you are and how you operate. It teaches you how to embrace your qualities or acknowledge your weaknesses, because every blood type, no matter if you're the negative blood of that family or the positive, you still have weaknesses. So you can find out your best and worst jobs and your universal love language. What's your thrills and chills as it pertains to love? So you could know for yourself, because this is about you getting to know yourself, your compatibility with other blood type you are compatible with, and then identifying your most compatible blood type when you knowing how to tell who he or she is when they walk up in the room just by their energy. So you learn how to read energy. You learn this thing called discernment in these particular courses, and then mastering the approaches too. So you could approach people one way. You could try to approach people one way and say the same joke or the same pickup line or whatever, and in different blood type are going to respond differently. And so you're not going to really have overall success. But in this here course, it teaches you how to approach that particular bloodline, the way that would lead towards success, for successful dates, seducing them, even if you have a conflict with them, or to detect whether or not you have a mutual interest with that particular person. Because, for example, you can't just sit up there and for like I'll do an A. You can't just sit up there and tease an A. If I'm a B, and the way that we show that we like people is that we tease them, kind of like, right? We'll joke and probably make fun with them, like, right? But you can't do too much of that with an A, because you will actually hurt their feelings, and then they ain't gonna fool with you no more. And now little jokesters really done upset them A's, and it reminds me, I was in a club a long time ago, and they had this lesbian lady, and the man was had said something that the little lesbian lady had got offended by. And granted, she was probably offended because she was a lesbian, but it was really, really funny. But to me, it feels as though she was a blood type A, because how she got so offended, because she was like about to cry. He had said, and he simply said, "Okay, Miss Confused." And everybody was like, "Oh, you know how the crowd get really, really crazy and start pumping their fists because of the tail end of the joke kind of like affected her." And this lady got so sad. And everybody in the audience felt so bad because the lady was like crying over a joke. But I'm thinking, you think about things like that. That's something like a blood type A would do, because they're more sensitive people than other blood groups. And so it also tells you how to release resistance for life of future success. So every blood type also has a stumbling block as it pertains to energy or resistance that we all have, because nobody is exempt from this thing called pain. And in the journey of getting to know yourself, you're going to learn today, and you're going to learn your stumbling block as it pertains to your blood type. And if you don't fix or release that resistance, you're going to be just an average Joe all your life, because you have work to do in the matrix to get to know yourself. And then it teaches you how to leverage your blood type strength. After you learn your weakness, then you could leverage your strength, and then you will thrive in life as it pertains to. Oh, also, I missed this one. The surprising insights into sexual energy. It also reveals the highest sex drive by blood type. And so whoever has the highest sex drive, some people go, if you're dating, if you're single, and you're at that point in your life where you want the person that's going to be all the way to the tail end, ready to drop the pants, you will want to know that kind of information. The pants or the underwear. Because there's a blood type that's really, really heavy in them sheets, things like that. That's important to know for relationships, because you get in relationships with some blood types that don't serve you, and you end up in a divorce. You end up unequally yoked. This is what the biblical text was talking about, being unequally yoked as it pertains to blood type connection, because really what it's saying is you have to have a negative part to your positive in order to thrive. And so That's why in the text it says, don't marry into this bloodline, because you don't have that spark. And that bloodline that you marry in, if it's not a spark and a connection or compatible, you end up in a divorce. You're going to keep on learning the same lesson. You're going to be pretty much creating a stumbling block for your journey, and you're not going to be fully freeing yourself and getting to know yourself, because that other bloodline could be stunting you. So she said, stop talking about me. Yes, it's wonderful to have this knowledge. Yeah, yeah. Seriously, it really is. So anyway, I just wanted to shine some light on the course. I'm about to get out of here because I'm hopeful by Sunday I'll have all my ads done, and then I won't have to research no more. I'm there. I got my newsletters going, but I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. I'm doing a darn thing. I'm learning so much. I'm learning, and I'm winning. And I thank y'all for being part of my journey, because baby, we going places. We going places. Love you. Thank you. Love you too. This video was from my heart to yours. Y'all be blessed. Okay, bye. Yeah.